It's another busy week on the Texas Tech campus with many events filling up this week's calendar. Coming up, we'll take a look at how some Red Raiders got a jump on their future careers while others looked for inspiration from a guest who made a special stop on campus.
Journalism can be a difficult job anywhere in the world today, but for some, it can also require a choice between freedom or potential imprisonment or persecution. Find out how one recent event recognized a group of women who put their lives on the line to bring truth to the masses.
And today is one of the biggest dates on many sports fans' calendars, including Red Raiders, as the men's NCAA tournament heads into the round of 64. MCTV's Jade Hernandez has the details on Red Raider basketball's upcoming debut in March Madness in sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Macy Ranzer.
And I'm Laden. With spring break over, the Texas Tech campus is back in full swing as students head into the final 2 months of classes.
Along with the continuation of daily course meetings, the university calendar has also been packed with events and activities to kick off the last half of the semester. The University Career Center hosted the spring edition of the Hire Red Raiders Job Fair yesterday in the Sub. Students from across campus gathered at the Red Raider Ballroom to connect with representatives from a wide range of companies. Attendees could learn about internships, full and part-time opportunities, or just take some time to network and plan for their future career. The Hire Red Raiders Job Fair, formerly known as the All Majors Job Fair, are some of the biggest events hosted by the University Career Center each year. Yesterday's event was also the last career fair hosted by the Career Center this school year. The next Hire Red Raiders Job Fair will take place in the fall. If you didn't make it to yesterday's event, the University Career Center still has plenty of resources available to help students searching for internships and job opportunities. Visit careercenter.ttu.edu for more information, including an option to schedule an appointment with a career counselor.
Life as a college student can be hard, especially when facing the stress and challenges that often come at the end of the school year. With that in mind, one campus group hosted a special guest speaker to inspire Red Raiders to push through adversity and live life to the fullest. Dive into inspiration was the theme of a special presentation held yesterday in the Student Enrichment Center. During the event, special guest Tyson Deaver told attendees about his life story, including a near-fatal wreck involving a fully loaded cement mixer. After the accident, Deaver was left paralyzed from the waist down. But after a quick recovery, he has finished his college degree and became a full-time coach and teacher. Deaver now travels the country and shares his experience to encourage others to overcome adversity and never give up. Yesterday's event was hosted by Tech's Trio Student Support Services. If you missed yesterday's event but would like to learn more about Deaver and his message, visit tysondeaver.com.
Speaking of overcoming adversity, another event held earlier this week welcomed a group of foreign professionals to campus to recognize them for their efforts to try and spread truth in some of the most difficult political environments around the world. 11 female journalists from Afghanistan and a political refugee from Russia were the guests of honor during the 4th Annual Excellence in International Journalism Awards. The College of Media and Communication hosted the event at the International Cultural Center on Tuesday. Each of the guests were recognized during the ceremony as brief bios were read detailing the persecution they have faced as journalists in war-torn countries. One of the highest-profile guests was Marina Ovsyannikova, a journalist who worked in Russia until she was arrested for protesting the invasion of Ukraine during a television newscast. Since then, Ovsyannikova escaped to France and has been granted political asylum to avoid jail time in Russia.
With Ukraine, it became for me as a point of no return. It was impossible to remain silent any longer, and I decided to protest against the war and against propaganda in our news broadcast. There really were 6 seconds of truth on Russian TV station in a stream of constant lie.
During Tuesday's event, awards were presented to Ovsyannikova along with current Texas Tech master's student Salia Soadat. Soadat is a journalist from Afghanistan who escaped to the U.S. after the Taliban began retaking control of the country in 2021.
Today, on behalf of Afghan women, I urge America's intellectual and academic community to join us in advocating for girls' fundamental right to education. Every girl should have the opportunity to attend school.
Following Tuesday's award ceremony, the Profiles in Journalist Courage Graduate Student Research Symposium also took place at the International Cultural Center. This symposium features each of the Afghan journalists and Ovsyannikova. The event finished with a dinner and final session in the Hall of Nations on Tuesday night.
Tuesday morning marked the first official day of spring, and since then we've seen a combination of spring conditions, including some rain.
So, will we continue to see showers and thunderstorms as we head into the weekend? MCTV weather specialist Elisabeth Herring joins us now with a look at the forecast. Elizabeth?
Thanks, Austin and Macy. Some clouds still hanging around today as we did have some rain yesterday evening as well as early this morning. Showers still in the area. We did see some significant impact on the South Plains area. We had about a ½ inch of rain in most areas, and it looks like for now we're gonna stay mostly clear. There is still some rain surrounding the South Plains, surrounding Lubbock. Right now it looks like we're staying mostly clear until we head into later today. It does look like we might be seeing some showers, even possibly some thunderstorms southeast of the Cap Rock, and that's going to continue until we move into tonight. That's going to move out of the area. We'll be left with some clouds Friday, second chance of rain, some thunderstorms redeveloping in some areas by Friday late evening. Those once again are going to move out of the area, and we'll be left with cloudy skies on Saturday. Tonight, lows in the 40s and 30s across the South Plains. Snyder 45, Jade 46. A little bit cooler up in Demet with a low of 35. Morn sitting right at 40, and we'll have partly cloudy conditions tonight. As we look into tomorrow, we are going to warm up a little bit. Still very nice mild weather though, sitting in the 70s across the South Plains. Snyder, Jaden, and Spur, all three right at 75. Turkey 74, up in Demet 71. Morton right at 75, and we'll see partly cloudy conditions tomorrow. Tonight, low of 41 here in the South Plains. Tomorrow, high of 76 and partly cloudy skies is going to be a gorgeous spring day. As we look into the weekend, Saturday cooling off just a little bit with a high of 69. Sunday warming up once again with a high of 75. Also bringing in some wind, bringing in a cool front that's going to drop our temperatures for Monday. Monday, high back in the 50s with a high of 59. Tuesday, still staying pretty chilly with a high of 61. Looks like we're warming up Wednesday with a high of 69 and mostly sunny skies. Thursday, warming up again, and it looks like we could possibly see 80-degree temperatures on Thursday, staying on par with our spring weather. I'm Elizabeth, and Austin, Macy, it's back to y'all.
Thanks, Elizabeth. The Texas Tech community was quiet over spring break, but a full schedule of events kept the university community busy until the beginning of the holiday. One of the final events on the Friday before spring break was the 23rd annual Graduate Student Research Poster Competition in the Sub. Close to 200 students from throughout the university showed up in the Sub Ballroom to showcase their research to faculty, staff, and fellow students. The goal of the competition is to not only highlight the many different types of research happening at Texas Tech, but also to give students a chance to present their findings to a non-specialized audience. Although most students competed in person, grad students who were not able to attend also had the chance to participate in the annual event.
Any graduate student in our system is eligible, and we also have about 12 students that are competing virtually. So they are living outside of Texas, but we still give them the opportunity to participate, and they submit pre-recorded videos, and we have virtual judges to judge their video presentations.
The Graduate Student Research Poster Competition ran from 9 a.m. to noon, and more than 150 judges rotated throughout the room to evaluate each of the presenters and their research. At the end of the competition, the scores were tallied, and first through third places were awarded in 5 different categories. Each of the 15 winners were also given a monetary award for their efforts.
Basketball season is nearing its end, but one of Texas Tech's teams still has hopes to win it all before it's over.
But beyond basketball, there's still plenty of other sports who are working their way through the spring with hopes of reaching postseason tournaments. MCTV Jade Hernandez has the latest look at all the action happening in Tech athletics and sports. Jade?
Thank you, Austin and Macy. Welcome to This Week in Texas Tech Athletics. Here's a rundown of all the sports events happening at Texas Tech. The Texas Tech baseball team had a strong showing Tuesday, securing a 9-4 victory over Abilene Christian. The Red Raiders displayed great skill and teamwork as Cade McGee went 2 for 4 with a 3-run homer. Freshman TJ Pompey also had a strong night at the plate, going 2 for 4 with an RBI. Outfielder Drew Woodcox contributed a 2-run home run, making it his second consecutive game with a home run. The Red Raiders are looking to carry that momentum into their upcoming series against BYU. The series kicks off tonight at 6:30 at Danlaw Field at Rip Griffin Park. On the softball field, Texas Tech is gearing up for an upcoming series against Iowa State. The series will begin tomorrow at 4 in Ames, Iowa. The Red Raiders are coming off a tough weekend after they were swept by Oklahoma and are ready to return to the win column against their next conference opponent. March Madness marks the pinnacle of college basketball excitement as teams compete for supremacy on the national stage. For the Red Raiders, their journey begins tonight with a pivotal matchup against NC State. The game is set to tip off at 8:40 p.m. in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, signifying not just the start of the tournament, but also an opportunity for the Red Raiders to assert their presence and ambition in making a deep run in the tournament. Texas Tech's track and field team will be back on their home track competing in the Masked Rider Open this Friday and Saturday. The meet will feature many of the same athletes who recently helped bring home the team's first indoor national championship earlier this month. On Monday, the U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association revealed the winners of their 2024 national awards. Track and Field head coach Wes Kitley was named Men's National Coach of the Year, and Zach Galvish was awarded Men's National Assistant Coach of the Year award. Both coaches were honored after leading the men's track and field team to victory in the NCAA Indoor Championships. Congratulations to Coach Kitley and Coach Galvish. Lastly, Texas Tech spring football is back in full swing here in West Texas. The team is preparing for an exciting season, and fans can look forward to seeing the Red Raiders in action this upcoming season. But before then, you can also get an early look at the team during the annual spring games scheduled for next month. Due to construction at Jones AT&T Stadium, the exhibition has been moved to Midland this year. But if you're interested in making the trip, the game is scheduled for Saturday, April 20th at Astound Broadband Stadium. The start time is set for 1 p.m. That's all for Texas Tech Athletics this week. Be sure to stay tuned for more updates and highlights. I'm Jade Hernandez. Back to you, Austin and Macy.
Thanks, Jed. So, Macy, are you planning on watching any of the Red Raider teams in action this weekend?
Yeah, Elisabeth was giving us the weekend rundown for the weather, and honestly, it's looking good for Tech baseball today and tomorrow. What about you?
Tonight, my small group, we're going to watch the basketball game after delving into the Word, so I'm very excited about that.
Oh, me too.
That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check out ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.